U.S. Citizenship Test, Part 24, The Courage to Act. The cold winter breeze was familiar now as Mark made his way to the community center, but his thoughts were focused on a new realization. His journey toward citizenship had taught him about compassion, integrity, resilience, and leadership. But there was one more key element that tied everything together: courage. As a citizen, it wasn't enough to understand what was right or to feel empathy. Sometimes, it took courage to act, especially when the path ahead was uncertain or difficult. Today, as Mark prepared for one of his final conversations with Anne, he was ready to talk about the importance of courage in civic life. When Mark entered the room, Anne greeted him with a smile. She seemed to know that this conversation would be one of the most important, and today's topic, courage, was one that every citizen needed to embrace in order to bring about real change.
Mark, you've learned so much on this journey, but today I want to talk about something that ties everything together. Courage. It's about having the strength to act, even when things are difficult.
I've been thinking about that too, Anne. It's not always easy to stand up for what's right, even when you know it's important.
Exactly. Courage isn't just about bravery in the face of danger. It's about standing up for your values, even when it's hard. Let's explore how courage plays a role in being a good citizen. Question: why is courage important in defending democratic values? A. Because it allows people to stay silent when things go wrong. B. Because it encourages citizens to stand up for their rights, even when it's challenging. C. Because it means citizens avoid difficult situations.
Answer: B. Because it encourages citizens to stand up for their rights, even when it's challenging.
Exactly. Courage is what allows people to speak out and take action when they see injustice or when their rights are threatened. Why do you think it's important for citizens to act, even when it's hard?
Because if no one speaks up, things won't change. Sometimes you have to take risks to protect what's important: freedom, justice, equality.
That's right. Democracy depends on citizens being willing to defend it, even in difficult times. Courage helps people stand up for their beliefs and ensures that democratic values are upheld.
Mark understood now that courage wasn't just about heroic acts. It was about having the strength to defend values like fairness, justice, and freedom, even when it was uncomfortable or risky. This was the foundation of an engaged and resilient citizenry.
Let's look at another area where courage is needed: speaking out against injustice. Question: what role does courage play in speaking out against injustice? A. It encourages people to stay quiet when they see wrongs. B. It helps individuals confront and challenge unfairness, even when it's unpopular. C. It makes it easier to ignore problems.
Answer: B. It helps individuals confront and challenge unfairness, even when it's unpopular.
Exactly. It takes courage to stand up against injustice, especially when it's not the easy or popular thing to do. Why do you think speaking out against injustice is so important for maintaining a fair society?
Because if no one challenges injustice, it will continue. It's easy to look away, but if you do, nothing will change, and people will keep suffering.
That's exactly right. Courage helps individuals fight for what's right, even when they face resistance. It's how we move toward a more just and equitable society.
Mark realized that courage wasn't just about personal bravery. It was about the willingness to stand up for others, to challenge injustice, and to push for a better world. It was an essential quality for anyone who wanted to make a real difference.
Now, let's talk about another kind of courage, taking risks for the common good. Question: why is courage important when advocating for change in your community? A. It allows people to avoid taking responsibility for problems. B. It helps individuals take risks and push for positive change, even when success isn't guaranteed. C. It encourages people to ignore issues that don't affect them directly.
Answer: B. It helps individuals take risks and push for positive change, even when success isn't guaranteed.
Exactly. Sometimes making a difference requires taking risks, whether it's starting a community project or advocating for a new policy. Why do you think taking risks is essential for creating change?
Because change doesn't happen on its own. Sometimes you have to step into the unknown and take risks to make things better for everyone.
That's right. Courage gives people the strength to take those risks, even when the outcome is uncertain. It's how progress is made and how communities grow stronger.
Mark now saw that courage wasn't just about fighting against something. It was also about building something new. It was the strength to push forward, to take risks, and to create a better future, even when the path ahead was uncertain. Anne leaned forward, her voice filled with encouragement and pride.
Mark, you've learned so much, and now you understand that courage is at the heart of everything. It's what drives change, what helps people stand up for justice, and what keeps democracy alive.
Thank you, Anne. I feel ready to take on that responsibility, to be brave when it matters, and to stand up for what's right, even when it's hard.
And that's what being a true citizen is all about, having the courage to act, even when it's difficult. I know you'll continue to make a positive impact in your community and beyond.
As Mark stepped outside, the winter sky stretching above him, he felt a deep sense of purpose. Courage wasn't just about the big moments. It was about the small, everyday decisions to stand up for what was right, to push for change, and to fight for justice. His journey to citizenship had taught him many things, but courage was the key that tied everything together. It was the strength to defend the values that mattered and to act, even when the outcome wasn't guaranteed. Mark knew that courage would guide him as he moved forward as a citizen, helping him face challenges and make a difference, no matter what the future held. As Mark reflects on the importance of courage, think about this. How can you show courage in your everyday life to stand up for what is right and create positive change in your community?
Question for the audience: why is it important to have courage when advocating for change? A. It allows people to avoid problems. B. It helps individuals take necessary risks to make positive changes, even when it's challenging. C. It encourages people to ignore difficult situations. Courage is essential for creating positive change as it helps individuals take risks and stand up for what is right, even when the outcome is uncertain.
Here are 5 words and phrases related to the theme of U.S. Citizenship Test. Part 24. The courage to act.
Courage, the ability to face difficulty, danger, or pain without being overcome by fear, especially when standing up for what's right. Advocacy, the act of speaking or acting in support of a cause, particularly when it involves promoting change or defending rights. Injustice, a lack of fairness or justice, often involving the unfair treatment of individuals or groups. Risk, the possibility that something unpleasant or unwelcome may happen, often taken in the pursuit of positive change. Equity, fairness or justice in the way people are treated, ensuring that everyone has equal opportunities and support.